Hi, I'm Dolores O'Riordan from the Cranberries, and I would like to invite you to come and check us out in Altitude. This band kind of did grow up pretty quickly. Our success came when we were like teenagers. I was 17 years old, I was still in school, and I was kind of basically out of school straight to America, big star and whatnot. So we did start our families a lot younger than most people. Like I have 2 children now, and I'm 29 and stuff like that, so that's pretty cool. And I guess, when you have your kids, you start your family, you kind of go to the next level of life, and certain things that seem to be important just are not important anymore, and you suddenly really enjoy the moment and you live for the moment, and you realise that the most important things are to have love around you, to be healthy. The health of your kids, the health of those that you love is more important than trying to be cool. This album is a real kind of a symbol of the fact that we are all evolving now. We're evolving from one life situation into another, and we're growing. And I think we're more, we're kind of more grateful and more laid back. And this album it strikes a lovely kind of a note. I think one of the essential things that we do now is we never really schedule further than 2 months ahead of time. So we say, I'm here now in America, I'm starting a promotion tour, I have 2 little kids, I have a 6-month-old girl. If I end up really depressed in 4 or 5 weeks' time and I'm going, God, I can't handle this, then I can just stop and go home. Whereas if you've signed contracts for the next 2 years, which we used to do when we were younger, it'd be like you'd sign to go tour here, tour there, tour the other, and it was just like, we were just signing way ahead of time. And then if you got around the corner and you couldn't make it to there, the pressure was massive, because people spend a lot of money when they're doing, promoting concerts, and people are going out buying tickets and getting excited. So I think you're better off to just kind of take one day at a time, and that's kind of the way we do it now. Being a parent is a super thing, really. I mean, a lot of people are scared and they say they're not ready and whatnot. But for me, it was very good, because it gave me this real love that I really needed, obviously. I mean, when you're a star and a celebrity and stuff, the love that you get from people that love your music, but they don't really know you and stuff like that. So that's not really a fulfilling love. You can't take them home with you, you know what I mean? And it's like you get this great love from a child. But at the same token, there's a sense of responsibility. Suddenly it's like, when you're taking off in an airplane, you're kind of like, I really don't want to die now. I mean, I didn't mind if I died before I was a mother, but now I really don't want to die, because I want to survive to look after them. So you feel like a sense of responsibility. Initially, I wrote that on acoustic guitar. Actually, I think I was listening to Sesame Street or something, and I got an idea, and I put it down in acoustic, and it was really nice. And I went over to rehearsal, and it was really acousticy, we were jamming away. So it was acoustic bass, drums, and Noel was just doing a little bit of plucking, you know what I mean? And then the producer came over just before we recorded it, and he suggested kind of getting it a bit more rocky, and starting it with the drums and stuff like that. So we thought, okay, kind of rock it up a bit. But it came out really nice, and it has a really kind of nice catchy melody and stuff. So it's kind of I like a typical kind of Cranberries melodic, upbeat type song.
Wake Up and Smell the Coffee refers to, I think, not only the way Dolores is feeling, but the way we are all feeling at the moment, because we've hit that point in your life where it's kind of, you realise what the important things are. And, it's good to have, it's a really enjoyable job we do and really love it. It's kind of like a hobby come job. But at the end of the day, you can't devote your whole life to it, because then you lose sense of reality. And it's very important for us to kind of have a balance of like 50% work and 50% time with our families. Before we go into the studio, we don't kind of say it's going to sound like this. We have all the songs written before we go into record, of course, but they always change once you get in there, and you kind of go off in a little different direction and you start layering instruments. So it does take on its own life after that. But this album was a pleasure to record, and we were working with Stephen Street again, who we worked in the first 2 albums with, and we've all grown up a lot since then, and we kind of met up last year and went for dinner and said we'd love to work together again, and he was the same. So we went in and did some, this time last year, it was around August of last year, we went in and did some demos, and they turned out really well, so we decided to keep them as the first half of the album. Then we went back in a few months ago and finished off the other half. And so we recorded 18 songs altogether. And we picked 13 then for the record. Most of the time, we kind of choose the right things to do, and it keeps us happy. And, you know, we like to do things that we enjoy ourselves and that we feel honest about, you know. So we're just, I don't know, we manage to give each other space as well. If someone's pissed off or whatever, you kind of let them have their time to recuperate. And if they want to talk about it, then they kind of gradually come back into the fold and start chatting away and get it off their chest. But I mean, we've never had a fight, or never had any arguments really. You know, it's just kind of a few words might pass, but that's it. And in 10 years, that's very unusual. I mean, it's kind of a different relationship to a family. It's closer, I think. It's a very inspirational time because we're all having babies at the same time. We're all going through the same things. We're kind of giving each other tips and advice and stuff like that. And it's great to have that. It's just another, because we all got famous together. We all, you know, went through the same ups and downs together for the past 11 years. And now it's another step. We're all going through parenthood together. So it's really nice to have that. And it's great to have feedback from people who've gone through the same situation. You know, it's very good for the whole bonding thing, and everyone really supports each other. That's the kind of band we are. We have a rehearsal room just outside Limerick, and it's like kind of a small warehouse. And we go out there when we're at home. We get some time off. We usually go out there 3 or 4 days a week and just kind of run through new stuff. Noel will bring in some chords, or Dolores will bring in some chords. And the day she came in with Analyze, she came in with an acoustic guitar, and it was kind of more laid back. It was more of a kind of a chilled out song. And then when we went into the studio, we decided to kind of beef it up a bit and make it a bit more rocky. And it worked well, so we said we'd keep it that way.